As expected, the Dallas Cowboys could not come to terms on a long-term contract with their Pro Bowl defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence. As a result of not getting the deal done, the Cowboys franchise tagged their best defensive lineman, who's clearly one of the top 3 edge rushers in the game. This marks the second consecutive season Big Tank has been hit with the dreaded franchise tag. Last season Lawrence played under the franchise tag for $17.1 million, but if Lawrence plays under the 2019 franchise tag, he'll be paid in excess of $20 million. It's still up in the air whether or not if Lawrence signs the franchise tag. Remember, this marks 2 consecutive seasons where the Cowboys have franchised Lawrence, and it's believed Lawrence will sit out and refuse to sign on the dotted line. My goodness, that's not the news I wanted to hear. If that's the case, owner and general manager Jerry Jones and his son, Stephen Jones, better be prepared to play without the statistically best pass rusher in the NFL over the last 2 seasons. Freshly tagged DeMarcus Lawrence tied with Jacksonville's Calais Campbell for the league lead in tackles for a loss or no gain against the run last year. Pick.twitter.com/Ervil3KCBN, Pro Football Focus, @PFF, March 6, 2019. Because Lawrence deserves to be paid top dollar. And simply put, Lawrence must be paid now. Whether you agree with Lawrence's asking price is not the point. Lawrence has balled out these past 2 seasons and has proven he's not a one-hit wonder and knows how to sock an opposing quarterback and make tackles, and he hasn't missed any games. Since the beginning of the 2017 season, Lawrence has tallied 25 sacks, 49 quarterback hits, 77 solo tackles, 29 tackles for a loss, and forced 6 fumbles to boot. Further, Lawrence is the best defensive player on Dallas' roster and the only war daddy that can consistently sack and put pressure on the quarterback. David Irving and Randy Gregory are both good pass rushers, but they're facing lengthy suspensions and the former clearly isn't coming back to Dallas. I know some fans in Cowboys Nation argue that Jones should not overpay for Lawrence's services. But keep in mind Lawrence is well overdue for a long-term contract. Since the beginning of the 2017 season, Lawrence has tallied 25 sacks, 49 quarterback hits, 77 solo tackles, 29 tackles for a loss, and forced 6 fumbles to boot. With those gaudy numbers, it solidifies Lawrence's place as a top 5 edge rusher in the NFL. Jerry should pay Lawrence what the market says he's worth based off of his production, because I don't know how Dallas defense can operate at a high level if Big Tank isn't there to destroy opposing quarterbacks. In a pass-happy league where passing is at an all-time high, how do you stop top-tier quarterbacks like Carson Wentz, Drew Brees, Matthew Stafford, Kirk Cousins, Jared Goff, Tom Brady, and that bad nemesis known as Aaron Rodgers? Oh, by the way, all of those aforementioned quarterbacks are on Dallas' schedule next season, with road games against the New Orleans Saints, Detroit Lions and New England Patriots. Who on Dallas' defensive line is going to sack, put pressure on those strong-armed quarterbacks? I'll wait while you all ponder that question. Exactly. Nobody on Dallas' roster can produce like Lawrence. I mentioned Lawrence's importance in this article one wrote last week. And I discussed how Tyrone Crawford and Taco Charlton cannot match Lawrence's production. Although Dallas coaching staff has high hopes for rookie defensive end Dorance Armstrong, he's still learning the ropes. That's why Jerry and Stephen need to pay Lawrence and get this deal done. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying Dallas should guarantee Lawrence an astronomical amount of money like $85 million. No, that's not my argument. But pay Lawrence what he's worth, and if Jerry has to slightly overpay for Big Tank services, oh well. I'll rather watch a slightly overpaid Lawrence sacking Brady and Rodgers rather than witnessing those 2 future Hall of Famers obliterate Dallas defense because the team lacks a sack specialist. Next, this will tell us a lot about who Dallas drafts. This is what Stephen had to say about the Lawrence's contract negotiations. "I'm very confident we can get a deal done with Lawrence," said Stephen Jones to NFL Network's Judy Batista. "I hope that's the case because the nightmares of Dallas not having a war daddy will become a reality. That's why you must pay DeMarcus Lawrence."